Alright, so we're going to do a short little delta math today that it talks about two things that I want to make sure we definitely understand, okay, and a new way to look at something with the factor theorem. Okay, so here, let's take a screenshot so I can write on it. Okay, so which of the following function has a factor of x minus 5? Okay, so we learned the factor theorem, and the factor theorem states that if this is a function, if this is a factor, then when I plug it in, one of these equations, it should equal 0. So when I do f of positive 5, it should equal 0. Okay, so when I plug 5 in, I should see which one gives me 0. Okay, now there is another way you could do this. Okay, so a factor means that it's a solution. It means that it is an x-intercept. Okay, so a factor means it's an x-intercept. So I need to find which one of these functions, which one crosses the x-axis at positive 5. Okay, so we don't even have to do any math. I want to know which one of these equations, when I type it into Desmos, which one of these crosses the x-axis at 5. Okay, so when we do this, we're going to type each one in, and we're just going to see which one crosses the x-axis, okay, because a factor is an x-intercept. So let's go to delta math. Desmos. I had it right the first time, didn't I? So we're going to type each one of these in, okay, and we're just going to do process elimination, okay. So this is another way you can do the factor theorem, okay. If it wants to know if it's a factor, you just have to figure out which one crosses the x-axis, okay. Let's pull this up. All right, so we're going to type the first one in. So the first one was y equals x cubed plus 12x squared plus 47x plus 65. Oh, I messed up. 12x squared plus 47x plus 65. All right, I need to know if it crosses at positive 5. Well, this one does not cross at positive 5, so I can come back here and I can mark that guy out, okay? All right, the next one just changes it to a plus 60. That one does not cross at a positive 5, okay? It's going to trick you because you have to change the sign. Remember, we changed the sign. So number 2 is not it either. So we go back. And the next one's going to change this to a 2. And then this to a minus 23. So when you're doing your delta math today, I would do a split screen of delta math and Desmos. So it'd be a lot easier than having going back and forth, okay? So this is the next one. Does it cross at positive 5? Close. It's super close, but it's not there. So I go back and I mark that one out. And I hope the last one's it. Always check the last one because you could have made a mistake, okay? So this is going to be a minus 60 instead of minus 55. And look there. It crosses at 5. So my answer would be the last one, okay? So in order to be a factor, it must cross. But this one also shows you that when you plug 5 in, see how it gives you 0? That's another way you could have checked it, okay? All right, so it wants to know which of the following is not a factor. So this one's another good one, okay? So this is saying, it's saying which one of these is not a factor. So that means 4 of them are a factor and 1 of them is not. So it means that I'm going to graph this, okay? We're going to graph it, and where it crosses the x-axis is a factor, okay? So we're going to graph it, and we're going to do a process elimination, okay? So let's go back to Desmos. We're going to type this one in. It's going to be x cubed plus 9x squared plus 23x plus 15. All right, where does this bad boy cross? It crosses at negative 5. So that means that's going to be an x plus 5. Okay, so x plus 5, that is a factor. This one is x plus 3. So x plus 3 is a factor. And then this one is x plus 1. So x plus 1 is a factor. So x plus 1 is a factor. So guess who's not a factor? X minus 9. It is not a factor. Okay? You submit the answer. We're good to go. Okay? See how when you plug 9 in, it doesn't give you 0? It has to give you 0 to be a factor. Okay? All right. So again, it wants to know which of the following is. So this one wants to know which one is a factor. Okay? So if it is a factor, so it's really important you're reading these directions today. So we'll know which one is a factor. So in order to be a factor, you must cross. So I'm looking for who crosses. So where does this one cross? Okay. So let's take a picture and let's go to Desmos. We're going to type this one in. Okay. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 41x plus 42. All right. This one crosses at x plus 6. Or crosses at negative 6. So that makes it x plus 6. So x plus 6 is a factor. Look, there's one. Let's just check, okay? And then it's 1 is a factor, so it'll be x minus 1. Do we see x minus 1? Nope, we see x plus 1, so that's not it. We know that one's not it. And then here is 7. That'll be x minus 7. So you got to be careful with changing your signs, okay? Because this one would have tricked you if you didn't change your sign. You have to change your sign when you write in factor form. So this would be x plus 6 would be my factor. And as this shows you, when you plug in the opposite, you get 0. Okay? All right, so which of the following, so we'll do one more on this one. Which of the following functions has a factor of x plus 1? So I need to know which one of these equations has a factor of x plus 1. So I'm looking for which one. Oh, didn't screenshot it. Let's do that. So I'm looking to figure out which one of these crosses at x minus 1. So I'm looking to see who crosses at x equals negative 1. Okay, so who crosses at negative 1 is what I'm looking for. So we're going to go back to Desmos and we're going to type these in. Okay, x cubed. So really you're just practicing your typing into Desmos skills today. Plus 20x plus 33. So we're looking for who crosses at negative 1. Close, but not there. So the first one is not it. So we mark it out. All right, the next one is x cubed minus 13 plus 44x and then minus 31. Minus 31. Does it cross at negative 1? Close. Oh, no, negative 1. No, that don't mean it. Close to negative 1. JK. For some reason, I think it's positive 1. All right, so we mark that one out. Let's go to the next one. The next one is minus 13 plus 44 minus 32. That gives me a positive 1, but I'm looking for a negative 1. So again, it looks like it's going to be the last one. So this one goes back to a negative 11 plus 20x plus 32. And looky there, it crosses at negative 1. So that means that this last one is my answer. Okay? All right, so that's one part of this delta math. The other part is something that I want to make sure we understand because it's a really big mistake. It's multiplying binomials squared. Okay? So, x minus 10 squared. That's what we're going to do. Okay? Let's get a new screen going. So it is x minus 10 quantity squared. All right? Now, you cannot distribute that 2. That is not what you do. This really means that there are 2 of those. It means I can say x minus 10 times x minus 10. It means I can write it twice. That is what that exponent means. That exponent means that there are 2 of those quantities. Okay? And it's said to write it in standard form. So that means we need to practice our box method. So we're going to come over here to the side and we're going to box these in. X minus 10, x minus 10. X times x is x squared. x times negative 10 is negative 10x. Same thing here. Negative 10 times negative 10 is 100. After you do that, you pull out your numbers. Then we're going to combine any like terms. Well, I have a like term of negative 10x and negative 10x. That's minus 20x plus 100. And that would be your answer. Okay? And if we went back, show solution, same thing I got. Okay? Let's do another one. So it says x minus 5 quantity squared. So again, this means, so x minus 5 quantity squared means that there are two of those parentheses, okay? This is such a big mistake in this class and in college. You got to make sure you know that that squared means that there are two of them, okay? Not distributed, there are two of them. So it'll be x minus 5 and x minus 5. So there'll be x squared, negative 5x, and then 25. Pull it out. X squared minus 5x plus 25. These two negative 5x's can be combined to a negative 10x plus 25. And that would be your answer. We'll go up here, show solution. Ta-da! All right, let's do one more. Okay, this is x plus 5 quantity squared. All right, so x plus 5. So x plus 5 quantity squared means there are two of those quantities. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and do a box method. X plus 5, x plus 5. Let's do our boxing. X squared, 5x, 25 again. Pull them out. X squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25. Combine those two and I get x squared plus 10x plus 25 is my answer. Okay? All right, so this is what you have to do today. Also take advantage of this and make up anything you need to make up, okay? The 6 weeks is slowly approaching. Quickly, actually, to be honest with you. Okay? Now I've got to figure out how I can get my recorder to come back up. Here we go.